Welcome to Spirit UniversiTEA. I am your professor in spirit, Touche Germain. Class
Let's talk
is
about the
in session.
celebrity spotlight real quick. Celebrity time, whichever, I don't know which one I'm gonna call it, but let me say this real quick. And I don't know even why the Lord is throwing this in right here, but we finna talk about it because y'all know I be trying to keep up on some of the current events. Shout out to Deion Sanders, who gets the celebrity spotlight today. Why? Now I'm not into sports. I roll tide. What you say, roll tide? Shout out Alabama. Listen, but and I don't even know why this is coming up in this particular part, but let's just talk about this real quick. Y'all know we just had the NFL draft a couple few days ago, right? But I saw that there was like this dilemma, not dilemma. Y'all just be coming up with stuff, some stuff because it don't need a dilemma. Anyway, I'm back. Listen, so I saw where Deion Sanders, shout out Deion Sanders, um, good morning, Pam. Good morning, Honey Wunny. I saw where Deion Sanders, who is, of course, he coaches at a college, and he has his sons that are playing professional football, or we were waiting on them to get drafted, and apparently one of his children didn't get drafted. Now I'm not going into all of that, but let me just say something about this. Can you talk? Can we understand inheritance? And because this is in the terms of inheritance, right? And I ended up reading an article that someone wrote. Who is Chad Johnson? I don't even know who Chad Johnson is, child. But anyway, I saw and I don't even really look. I don't even remember how I ended up reading this. But long story short, in this story is said fella, said son who should have been taken in the first round, drafted in the first round, wasn't. I think he went he went 144. Ain't that a beautiful number anyway? So he be look, the Lord know what him doing. But in all of the foolishness everybody talk about, I ain't care nothing about that. Can we talk about how this man, Deion Sanders, who we know was a professional football player, come on, prime time, who was a hashtag prime time, shout out Deion Sanders, right? This man is literally passing down an inheritance, a legacy of greatness to his children. You say what you want to say. You could talk about this because his Shador, I believe is his name. Well, I know it's his name. They were talking about he was like cocky, arrogant, and it's a difference between confidence and arrogance. It's a difference between confidence and cockiness. And y'all mad because this boy knows who I don't want to call him a boy, but this young man knows who he is. Y'all mad because he literally, and this is something even like the Lord, and I was like, Lord, why are you like, why are you telling making show me something about football, because I don't watch it. But it makes sense when he's also teaching us about being heirs, and being heirs to greatness and inheritance and legacy. And Deion Sanders has passed this down to his children. He done raised them up right. And don't the Bible say, I know it does, don't the Bible talk about the fact that we are supposed to raise our children up? We're supposed to train them. We're supposed to make them ready from a young age. Now, let me just say this, and somebody might get in their feelings. Let me tell you something. Many of us didn't raise our children up the right way. What you say, Touche? We didn't raise our children up the right way. We had, and so as a result of that, our children, as we did, grew up with some pain and some trauma and some things. So we actually have an example of this man raising his children up into greatness, raising them up with God, raising them up in a very particular way. And you can't be mad at that. Y'all mad because this boy is excuse me, I'm so sorry, Shador. This young man is confident, and y'all want to call him. And here's the other thing. I think I did. It made me mad in my spirituals. Let's talk about this. Who are you, little people, Nim, to try to say that this young man needs to be humbled? And why do you think that that's your responsibility? The only the Lord can the Lord do the humbling, all because y'all mad because this young fella is confident in himself and his gifts and his talents. Look where he came from. Anyway, I'm back. I'm done. But that's the celebrity spotlight. I'm not all the foolishness. The fact that you can look and see, you can literally see the character of these young men, both of the sons. Not, and these are the only two that I have paid attention to, because those were the two that they were showing the most. You can see that Deion Sanders raised these young fellas up with confidence. He trained them right. They know the Lord, because we know word, like, man of God. So he's raised them up that way. And do you realize that the first thing the enemy did was got mad about it? Got mad about it because the Lord blessed Deion Sanders with greatness and inheritance. He's passing it on to his heirs, which is what's supposed to happen. Now y'all mad simply because y'all know that he's done that. So people feel like they should humble him. They need to humble him, trying to teach him a lesson because they've interpreted his confidence as arrogance. Child, bye. I'm back. And I said what I said. So shout out to Deion Sanders, Shador Sanders. What's the other one name, y'all? I don't even know because them the only two that they really been talking about. Shout out to them. And keep raising your family the way you supposed to. Hunter One T. Y'all need to take some lessons from them. That's what you ought to do anyway. I'm bad. Y'all, I had them got mad. Anyway. Thank you so much. Look, I'm serious, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Y'all know we'll be doing some celebrity spotlights. I'll be over here. Child, they did. They just want a reason to be mad. You can and then okay, wait a minute. I'm coming back to the mess. We coming back to the lesson, but y'all know we're gonna talk about some stuff. And then can we also just talk about not only is Deion Sanders raising his sons up? Come on, Spirit. Not only is he raising his sons up to be great men, he's also a college college football coach where he's also using his gifts, his talents, his wisdom, his knowledge as a man of God, as an instructor, a teacher. He is also raising up other young men and being a father figure to them, a mentor to them, a guide to them. And y'all, Shiloh, thank you, Shiloh. That's the other fellow's name. And y'all mad? Thank you, dearest one. And y'all mad. And look at how he's sending out good men into the world. And y'all feel can we just understand that this is why the enemy will come up against it as soon as you're doing something good, instead of putting out the thugs and look, because I said what I said, instead of putting out the thugs and the people that's on drugs and all the negativity, he raising up young men that are going to go out and be lights in the world, being raised upright, which is what many in the Black community, of course, don't have. And y'all, and you think so when we talk about the enemy be big mad, y'all, he be big mad. And the unfortunate thing is he has access to things on a much higher level, but that's why the Lord puts lights where he puts them. So Deion Sanders, you keep being a light. You keep raising up lights, showing other young men that there's more than the streets, there's more than drugs. I remember a few months back, because he's an instructor and he's a coach. He said everybody on the football team, he said, "Oh, when you go to class," and I don't remember. This is just me give the part that I can remember. He gave them rules, y'all. He said you can't go in class with no slides on. Man, and I look, let me just tell y'all, it kind of resonated with me a little bit because I be wearing slides every day. I got them on right now, but I be wearing slides every day. And he told these young men, he said, you not to go into class with no slides on. You gonna take them hoodies off. You gonna go in there and dress like you somebody. I kid y'all not. I saw that and I said, dang, Dion, and I ain't even your what's it called? You ain't even coaching me, but was because just because he's a coach for a football team don't mean you can't get wisdom and knowledge from him. Y'all, and from the because I would have went right into school with them slides on. And guess what? I ain't went into school with my slides on simply because I remember him saying that because I was like, I feel like he was trying to put some check me in my spiritual. And so, needless to say, as a result of that, y'all, I have not been to school with slides on. I go ahead and throw my tennis shoes on because I don't like to wear them except to the gym. But anyway, wisdom, but he implemented rules so that these fellas could show up in a presentable way so they could be an example, a role model. So yeah, the enemy mad. And Jared said this yesterday. Remember this, y'all. When the enemy can't come up against you, when he know how solid you are in your faith and your walk in your God, and when he knows it, guess what he gonna do? He gonna try to come after the folks around you. But have you seen how Deion Sanders has prepared his son for all of this? He prepared them for fame. He prepared them for criticism. He prepared them for all of these things. before they even got into the position that they're in. And we should all pray to be prepared like that. Anyway, I said what I said, y'all, because babe, I was 38 high. You should have seen me up in here, them trying to show him a lesson. I say, okay, but guess what? I guarantee you, both of them young men finna go right in the NFL and they finna do what they do. Cause look at who's trained. Look at who's training them and coaching it anyway. Should we all be as blessed, right? Should we all be as blessed to have coaches and mentors like Deion Sanders? Anyway, celebrity spotlight goes out to Deion Sanders today. Okay, I'm back. Because listen, baby, he's doing his job. He is doing what the Lord has sent him here to do. Okay, I'm back. But that was the